Building a chicken house needs some factors to consider in order to construct it perfectly. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Esther and the channel name is Esther Farm. Stay tuned. There are several types of poultry systems. We have extensive system or free range system. Poultry roam outside freely and go back to coop at night for shelter. Also, we have semi-intensive system. Birds have access to outdoor areas but also spend time in a controlled environment. We also have intensive system, and these birds are kept in a controlled environment such as deep litter systems or battery cage system. The type of chicken house will depend on the types of chicken you want to start and the type of chicken house you want to build. You should consider the following before you build your structures. The chicken house should be built on a flat land and not steep or swampy areas. Poultry house should provide birds with comfortable environment. When constructing chicken house, you should not use expensive materials. You can use wood, iron sheet for roofing, wire mesh to protect rodents, especially when you are starting your business. Save your money on expensive materials and the money you can use it to do other things like buying feed. Chicken can stay anywhere as long as they are comfortable. You should construct a house with adequate space to be enough for your chickens. If you are building a chicken house for deep litter system, you should make floor made of concrete to avoid chickens scratching on the floor. But if the chicken house is somewhere inside the house and it is caged, you can spread chicken wire mesh on the ground. Another thing to consider is if you are building your chicken house outside, you should open sides to allow natural ventilation with an east to west orientation to minimize the amount of sunlight entering the house directly. The house also should have good aeration to avoid respiratory diseases, and the roofing should be done perfectly not to allow rain inside. Walls can be made from stones, iron sheets, timber, or bricks. This will depend on the amount of money you have to build your chicken house. And the rest of the side of the wall should have a chicken wire mesh. Also, when you are building a chicken house, there should be a footbath at the entrance of the house for those entering to disinfect their footwear. And this is to help reduce the spread of chicken diseases to your chicken house. Another factor to consider is that the house should have enough lighting for your chickens because it is very essential for your laying hens because they need a lot of light. It is also advisable to use at least one transparent iron sheet to allow maximum sunlight penetrating during the day. The height of your chicken house should be tall enough for good aeration and it should be 10 feet high. If you build a short house, the circulation of air won't be good and a lot of heat will be experienced. So your chicken will have heat stress. To reduce the risk of rodents gaining entrance to the chicken house, clear all the vegetations or bushes near your chicken house and block all holes to avoid rats and snakes from accessing your chicken house. When building your chicken house, make sure your door opens outside, not inside, if you are doing deep litter system, because if your door open inside, you might kill your birds when opening, because many birds accumulate on the door because they know the food is coming from this direction. You should consider fencing your farm to exclude stray animals and many visitors. And the doors should always be locked, not to allow many people entering, to prevent in buildup of diseases causing organism and diseases outbreak. Build also a house that can prevent thieves from accessing your chicken house, and that is by using hard materials that will be very hard to break, like stones. And if you are using wire mesh, it should be strong enough. A good structure should have loud patches to match the size of birds' feet. They help birds to roost at night and during the day. A quality structure should have enough laying nests for easy egg collection and to help avoid dirty eggs and cracked eggs. At least one laying box is enough for 3 to 5 birds. When building a chicken house, consider a sick bay where to keep your isolated chickens when sick. When setting a poultry house, consider the place where whether you will disturb your neighbors with the bad smell from your chicken house, or whether it is in the town center or urban setting. Make sure you keep your house clean to avoid quarrels with your neighbors. Observe total cleanliness. Also consider the feed store. It should also be constructed and should be separate from the chicken house to reduce risk of attracting rodents, and should be constructed in isolated areas to minimize the risk of contaminating feeds. Also consider building your workers' houses where they will be staying once you start your chicken business. Thank you so much for being with us. I hope you have learned something. If you are planning to start building your chicken house, thank you so much for your support. Continue subscribing. If you found this video helpful, kindly give it a like. Let's meet in another one. Be blessed.